Alligators don't always get along, but today we're going to try to introduce two alligators together in the same enclosure. So today's episode, we're going to be chatting about territoriality, how to tell the sex of an alligator, and just show what it's like to be able to take care of these amazing reptiles behind the scenes. I'm Mark Perpetua, and this is Croc Chat. The original design for this outdoor alligator enclosure include one very large pond for two alligators. However, alligators can be territorial and these two were not getting along. So I eventually had to put up a divider and put in two smaller ponds, one for each side. This summer, one side of the alligator enclosure has one of my newer gators. This alligator is named Magnolia, and she came in as a rescue situation last September. I sexed her very quickly at the time I picked her up, and I'm pretty sure she's a female, but I'm not 100% confident yet. She's a shy alligator, but she is learning to come during feeding time. On the other side of the enclosure is AJ. I've had AJ for quite a while and I know he's a male. And he's also been showing a lot of interest on what's going on the other side of this divider, especially at night. So if Magnolia is a female, maybe the two will be able to get along. While I'm at it, the pools certainly need cleaning anyway, so the first thing we're going to do is hook up a pump and start cleaning this 300-gallon pool on the one side where AJ is. I left AJ in here just thinking it would be easier to get him out once the water's gone without getting all splashed or giving him places to hide. However, the vibrations and the movement of the water from the pump, I think he thought it was food and he was lining up for a meal. Finally, the pool was short enough or low enough that we were able to go ahead and pull AJ out. AJ is going to go over to a holding tank just temporarily until we get things situated. With AJ out of the way, I'll use a wet vac to clean up all the water and any debris that fell into the bottom. Once that's done, now it's time to hook the hose up to a water source and start refilling. And I also gave some thought about maybe this introduction should be done in a neutral environment. But first, in order to prepare that area, I have to remove cypress from what I call the playpen, another outdoor enclosure that I use for enrichment, or now for this introduction. To save time, I decided to grab Magnolia without draining her pool. And this proved to be a little tricky since she is a shy alligator and doesn't like being handled. However, with the water being this dirty at this time, you don't want to just stick your hand in there and surprise her by grabbing her at the wrong end. But after using the snake hook to move her around a little bit, I was able to find her tail. And then once I got a hold of that, she wasn't very happy. Oh, look how close that was to the bare feet. At least when you're the one holding the tail, it does feel like it's awfully close. But when we look at a camera from the other angle, I guess it wasn't as close as I thought it was. I have to tape her jaws shut to make it safer while checking her sex. To sex an alligator, you have to probe inside the cloaca with your finger. It's not glamorous, but it is biology. And yes, now I'm sure Magnolia is a female. After putting Magnolia into the playpen area, it was time to go and get AJ ready. Once again, we're going to tape his jaws shut. I want to leave their jaws shut when they first get introduced to each other. This way, if they become territorial right away, they won't be able to bite and hurt each other. Again, a quick check just to make sure. And yep, AJ is a male. Now to put AJ in the playpen with Magnolia and let them get used to each other. This episode is brought to you today by rodentpro.com. I'm happy to say that their sponsorship will help my crocodilian conservation project raise funds that help endangered crocodilians. Together, we can help take a bite out of extinction. After a half hour or so, the two alligators appeared relaxed, so it was time to move them over to the permanent enclosure. First, Magnolia. Again, I'm going to leave their mouths taped shut just so they can get readjusted in another cage. Then it was AJ's turn. Alright, I'm hoping since one is a male and one is a female that they will learn to get along. While these alligators are getting used to each other again, let me explain to you how you can help with crocodilian conservation. Order my book off of Amazon. This book talks about alligator conservation, ecology, biology, evolution, and is filled with some amazing pictures and my own original artwork. Portions of all proceeds are going to go to the Crocodilian Conservation Project. So while the alligators were getting used to each other, it was time to make sure the other cage got cleaned as well. And then after a little bit, I decided it was time to take the tape off. Now, just because we have a male and a female together doesn't mean they're automatically going to hit it off. It's not uncommon for alligators to be territorial in nature, and they're often seen battling, and many alligators have the scars to prove the fights they've had in the past. But these guys are young. They could sense each other through the fence, and I thought we had a good shot of these two making it. But about an hour later, I heard a lot of splashing and kicking. And the two of them just decided they weren't going to get along after all. So after all that work, it was back to one alligator in each cage. But at least now they have clean water. Thanks for watching. Till next time. Later, Gator.